Okay, what's up, guys? My name is TMossBoss, and I wanted to let you guys know about Anchor. Anchor is an app that you can download to record your podcast in the easiest way ever. Like, it doesn't require a whole lot to know. Like, you just pretty much press record and you just start doing your podcast and stuff. I don't know what you plan on doing, but you plan on doing something. That's why you're here. So, yeah, download Anchor, or you could go to their website, anchor.fm, and yeah, you could do it straight from your computer too. So yeah, it's easy. They distribute everything to they distribute your podcast to every streaming services like out there, Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere. Okay, and then you can monetize it, so you're making money off of what you love doing. All right, so people, make sure you do it. Make sure you download Anchor, or you go to their website, anchor.fm. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for listening. Peace. Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And today's episode is going to be promoting one of my 20 YouTube channels. I have a motivational YouTube channel called Core Motivate. And overall, I try to motivate. That channel is more so is to just motivate people that they're struggling with stuff. They got things that they want to accomplish, but they can't because they just don't have that dedication and motivation. And my thing is like everybody does. It's just all about how to unlock it. And my thing is like I feel like I'm very, very close to unlocking like my dedication and motivation to just go above and beyond with what I'm working on in life. But I still feel like there's I'm obviously some distance away from it, but at the same time I do feel like I'm close. I do feel like I'm like really close to just kicking down any doors in front of me and stuff, and then just going above and beyond with my work because I'm telling you right now, like all the time that I've wasted, just sitting around or just overall like not giving YouTube like my 100% focus. I know for a fact that there's probably like hundreds of videos that, especially like throughout quarantine, I know that there's like hundreds of videos that I could have like released across all my YouTube channels. I could have, because I know I set a goal for myself to have 100 videos uploaded onto my YouTube channel. So I'm like, I know I could have very well reached that goal like sometime soon or like eventually, but I'm like, I don't know. The year's still going on. I still got 3 more months, so I'm like, I got enough time, but at the same time, I see it as like I don't have enough time. So that's how I treat everything. I'm all like, there's not enough time. Like I gotta hurry up and do everything that I possibly can. But then there's that times where I'm just all like, you know what, forget it. And I just get like really lazy and stuff. And that's what I'm trying to break. I'm just trying to break that lazy bone and then just turn it into something more motivating, because I'm like, yo, when I get lazy, I'm sitting here like I'm honestly just sitting here or either laying down somewhere watching TV, watching YouTube videos and stuff. And yeah, I'm like, I'm not, being serious about what I'm doing and things. So that's what I'm more so trying to work on and things. So it's still in the construction, but that's not what today's episode is going to be about. Today's episode is going to be about like women just overall embracing themselves. I'm not overall trying to tell a woman like how she should look or what she should do or what and things. Like everybody has a right to do whatever they want to do and things. So to all women out there, to anybody out there really and stuff. But I see it a lot with women. Cause yeah, it's like there's like a couple of there's like these twins that I just recently seen on TikTok, where people was getting on them because they look too manly, because they work out and stuff. And I'm like, why can't a woman like not want to look buff? Like if that's like her body preference, that's her body preference. She shouldn't have to like answer or like, that's why I'm like, when people be leaving comments like that, it trips me out, because I'm like, there's no reason. My thing is like, there's no reason to leave a comment like that. That like them 2 girls ain't did nothing to nobody besides make TikTok videos. I'm like, I never understood that. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not one of those people that like sit down and takes the time to leave a comment talking about a person's like body. I'm like, I'm not that person. It's just, and to just, I guess, speak on that for a little bit. The main people that be talking about a person's body, usually got body flaws themselves. If you sit down and think about it, it's usually some like fat 20 to 30-year old that be sitting here eating Doritos bags like there's no tomorrow, and be drinking Mountain Dew like there's no tomorrow. Like I'm saying, like that's to anybody that be getting like fat shaming comments and stuff. Just think, on the other end of them comments, that person is not looking anywhere near like as good as you. So that's why I'm like, yeah, when I see those comments. And then there was the one girl, other than them like two twins, but there was the one girl where it was like I think she had like let her like stomach out when she was dancing and things. And people was like getting on her about that, saying that, oh, I don't like a girl that shows her stomach like that. I'm like, you're not going to get a girl like that. Like that's what I'm like. I just don't understand. Like you acted like you, especially after leaving a comment like that, you really think you're gonna have a shot with a girl like that. I'm like, yeah, good luck on that. Good luck on that. But anyways, yeah. But she like that girl. She be doing like dancing videos and stuff on TikTok, and then she yeah. But there is like some of the videos. I think that's what she got famous for, was like doing that, like letting her stomach out when she's dancing. But that ain't even like it ain't even just like stopping off on TikTok. It's like I see comments like that literally everywhere on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, where it's like some girl coming out and talking about like how she be getting some comments and things. And my thing is like, I just don't understand why people sit down and do stuff like that. But I guess to push off the motivation onto those out there, it's like, don't listen to comments like that. I get comments all the time talking about like how I look and like my skin tone or this, that, and my hair and all that. And I'm like, bro, it gets to a point where I'm all like, I know y'all ain't looking any better than me. So I'm saying like you guys most likely got your face covered in acne, all right? Like got like one gimpy, like a one leg shorter than the other one and stuff. I'm like, you should be the last. To all those that be leaving comments talking about people, you should be the last one talking about another person's body, because I'm like, guaranteed if you got into a roasting competition, you will get flamed. Like something like you would probably most likely go home crying. The way they, because I'm like, I'm just saying, I'm like, you know, just I know I shouldn't be overall talking about a person's body, but I'm like, this is just to those that be leaving those comments. Like to everyone else, y'all chill, y'all cool. But I'm like, I just don't, I never understood why people get like comments like that. It's like every time I seen comments like that, or more so when a person talks about it, because I think then there's this one girl, I know she was, she posted, it was like some like Instagram model that I seen. And she posted a video of herself like eating some food, and then people was all like, oh, you shouldn't be eating food like that because you're gonna lose your body figure or something like that, or the girl, like, she's really getting fat over eating some ice cream or some chips or something. So she posted a video. Her name is like Iskra Lawrence or something like that, but she posted a video, I like that, she posted a video of herself like eating in slow motion, but it was like some like junk food. I'm all like, good. Like, shout out to her. I'm like, to just like, honestly, that's just a slap in the face. My thing is like, if you know you're gonna leave comments like that, then you shouldn't follow that person. But I'm like, you shouldn't be following the person just to leave comments like that. I'm like, that's what I just don't understand. I'm like, you should just leave like motivating comments and like something that's gonna help the person out, rather than to discourage the person and make them feel all bad about themselves. I don't think people realize that, because it's, you know, I've heard situations and stories where people would get like comments about them and they'll get to their head and then they'll end up like disappearing, or, you know, something worse might happen. And I'm like, I don't think people realize like cyberbullying, it's a serious thing. Like there's like stories and cases that I still remember from when I was a kid, like cyberbullying, and it's a serious situation. There's the one girl, I think, yeah, her name was Amanda Todd. That was like one of the like first cases. I think that was that girl's name. But that was like one of the first cases that I heard of like cyberbullying. And to like, yeah, it was her. But she posted like a suicide video and things. But yeah, she the girl ended up committing suicide because of like comments that she was getting and stuff, or overall cyberbullying. And that's overall what it is. I know people will be like you, if you think for 1 second, like, you know, those comments that you're leaving talking about a person's weight, and if you think that's not cyberbullying, something's seriously wrong with you, because you and I both know, you talking about it, like, you going out of your way to leave some comments like that talking about a person, it's cyberbullying. There ain't no way around it. But anyways, so I think the story was that so there was somebody that she had sent some nude photos to. And she eventually like the photos had got out to her school and stuff, because I guess the person wanted more, but she was like, no, I'm not sending out anymore. So it got around the school started cyberbullying her, and I'm like, that's nah, to speak on that, I'm like, nah, I couldn't do some stuff like that. If anything, I would reach out to her and be like, hey, like, I understand what, like, why, I can't really, I've never been in her situation, but I guess I can't put myself in her shoes. And I could say, like, like, yeah, I wouldn't feel good if that were to happen to me. But I'm like, yo, it's like those kids, simple minded. Something's wrong with them. The fact that they'll go out of their way and, like, bully you and stuff over some things that just doesn't even, like, you would think that people would be there for her and stuff, rather than maybe if it was in this day and age, people would be there for her more. But yeah, it was it's just, I feel like it's just, you get put in the wrong environment, people can, like, really get to your head and stuff. So, but long story short, she ended up killing herself over, like, what people were saying about her and things, and it was like just people reaching out, because I think she switched schools, and it was the same thing over there too. And I'm like, man, it's people like that I just don't understand. Like, yo, like, just let the girl be. And I never understood, like, the whole cyberbullying thing. Like, people, and I've had my fair share of it. Not more so with kids that went to, because, like, at my school, we confronted people. I'm like, you go start talking crazy to me, I'll confront you. And I'm all like, yo, so what's all this stuff that you saying online? Like, what's up with that? I'm like, I don't know. With other schools, maybe, I guess, like, maybe in more of them, like, suburban areas where there ain't, like, I'm not going to overall call myself, like, a hood kid, but I just say that I'm, like, not one of those kids that just be playing around and stuff. So any, like, cyberbullying comments, I'm all like, yo, I definitely would confront a person and be like, yo, what's up with that? But if it's the whole school, see, that's the type of stuff where I'm all like, why would you put yourself, because I'm like, that's not to, like, I guess, like, say some, like, to get on some serious stuff, but to also get on some serious, I guess, to, like, to more so explain it better to those out there that do, like, cyberbullying. What if, like, so you're bullying a kid at your school, right? And then the whole school's doing it. What makes you think that kid ain't gonna come back to the school and start trying to shoot it up? Like, I don't think people sit down and think about stuff like that. I'm like, you guys gotta sit down and think about every possible thing that can happen, because a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't think about all the different things that can happen. This person can end up killing themselves. They can end up killing somebody else. They, like, a lot of things. And then on top of that, you gotta remember, there's a little thing called karma. So you think, like, okay, you having all the fun that you're having now with the cyberbullying stuff that you're doing, what makes you think that same stuff can't happen to you? You might think that, oh, my skin's tough, like, I'm strong, I'm this and that. And the thing is, I'm like, ain't nobody, my thing is, like, if you have just did the same things to, like, say, if you cyberbully on somebody online and then the same thing happened to you, it's going to happen, but it's going to be like 100 times worse than what you did. Excuse me. And you might think that you're, like, mentally prepared for it. You might think that you're okay with it. You're not. You're not going to be okay with what's being said about you or to you or anything. So that's why I'm like, yeah, it's like, that's why when I remember somebody, because I always was like, when somebody tried to, like, say some stuff about me, I roast them. I'm like, I could care less who you are, where you come from, who's your boyfriend. I'm going to roast you. Girlfriend, I'm going to roast you. I literally will roast you. You can ask anybody in my school. I did not play around when it came around stuff like that. I will roast you. A teacher, a student, the lunchroom lady, the janitor. I don't care who you are. I will roast you. But, dang, what was I going to say? I was getting ready to just say something. But anyways, but overall, I was like, yeah, I was one of those, I'm like, and that's when I'm like the motivation I just want to push off on everybody and things. I was going to tell a story, but I completely forgot it. How I forget a story that fast? But anyways, but yeah, like, roast people back, say things about them back. Like, don't be afraid of that type of stuff. My thing is, like, yeah, if you being cyberbullied in school for whatever reason and things, bully them kids back. That's why I'm like, I never really believed in the whole bullied stuff. And I guess it's like a little bit like stronger in some areas and things, but I'm like, with me, I'm like, nah, that ain't happening. I'm like, I don't know. I guess, I don't know, maybe I'm just like crazy or something, but I'm like, at the same time, I was just, I'm not saying that bullying doesn't exist, but for me at least, I was like, I didn't really have to deal with a whole lot of bullying. Like, if kids overall did try to, then, like I said, then they just gonna get bullied back. My thing is, like, whatever they doing, then I know I can do it, so, yeah, here you go. And so I'm like, here's an good old side of bullying, because I'm like, and I know people are like, you're not supposed to fight fire with fire. I'm like, in some cases you have to. In some cases, I'm like, if you want to put out a flame, you just gotta drop a whole bomb on it. So yeah, I'm like, that's overall what you have to do sometimes. And I really am into anybody that does get that's just overall the motivation. I'm like, and if somebody gets hurt in the process, it's like overall, like, just let them know, like, that's what you're capable of. Like, I'm sorry it had to go down this way, but hey, look, I didn't ask, like, for you to come out your way and just start attacking me for no reason. So I'm saying, like, this is gonna be the outcome. Like, you're gonna get bullied back. So and it's funny because how one of my friends, she was I don't know, well, actually, no, I'm even gonna tell that story because I don't know her side of the story. She just said that she ended up becoming friends with a girl that didn't like her, or said so, or yeah, she started a hate club about her, but they ended up becoming friends. And that's one thing that people just seem like it's hard to do. It's like, and more so talking to the bully, not even talking to like the person that's being bullied, but to, I guess, pass off some motivation on you. Why are you bullying this person? There's no reason for you to bully this person at all. They've done nothing to you. They out here minding their own business, and you go out your way and you start bullying them for what? And then you think, like, and that's another thing where I'm like, you think that, because you apologize, like, I don't think people realize, like, for some cases that stuff can be mentally damaging. So you think by you apologizing, but then you're going to, like, turn around and do the same thing all over again. I was just literally talking about, but it wasn't really bullying. Well, I don't know. I was talking to one of my friends about it. They were telling me about, like, some situations in their life where a person said some, like, hurtful things, and then they tried to be cool, but then they just went back to saying the hurtful. And I'm like, nah, with me, I'm all like, nah, you got one time to say some hurtful stuff to me, and I'm all like, nah, I'm like, maybe one day, but I'm like, at this point in time right now, I'm just like, I really don't want to be associated with you. I don't want to talk with you unless you understand, because my thing is, like I was saying, like, that very same stuff, karma, that very same stuff can happen to you. So what makes you think that you're strong, or that type of stuff ain't gonna happen, or you're gonna be okay if it ever does happen to you? Nobody's not gonna, you don't know what the future is gonna be like. So you might be okay one time, but then another time it might be 10 times worse. Another time it might be 50 times worse. Another time it might be 100 times worse. Like, people don't realize that. They don't be thinking about every possible thing. So my thing is, like, actions speak louder than words. So you're gonna have to do some action. You're gonna have to do some things to overall allow to, like, let this person know, like, hey, I am truly sorry for that. And hopefully one day you and that person can be cool. You and that person can be friends, because there's that's what because all right, so that's like, there's one story that I could tell you guys that I remember. It was like, me bullying the bully and stuff. So it was when I was a kid. This guy tried making fun of my last name. He tried saying, like, it was like some old dumb joke, but it was, me and him, we're still friends to this day and stuff. But he tried saying some old dumb joke, saying like my last name grows on like houses and trees and all that stuff. And so I'm like looking at him, because it was literally like the first few days of school. So I'm like looking at him, I'm like, where does that even come from? I'm like, bro, I don't even know you like that to be cracking jokes. And so then I seen a piece of paper with his last name on it, and I see, that's the thing. I don't really feel comfortable, because I'm like, I am going to say what his last name is, but I'm just going to say the joke that I said about his last name. And I said, well, isn't your last name buried 6 feet under? And it wasn't it, like, now to explain the joke. So his last name had to do, like, not with anybody in his, family that died, but it was just named after a figure that's in the ground. So, yeah. So anyways, but I ended up messing, because it was like, that wasn't his last name. It was like something else. But I was just like, yeah, it's just like, if you're going to try to like bully me, like I said, it's going to be even worse for you, especially if you got a jacked up last name too. So anyways, he just breaks down. He just starts crying in the classroom, talking about he was going to kill me and things. I'm looking at him. I'm all like, bro, you literally started this. Like, how are you going to get mad and stuff over something that you started? I'm like, I'm not, and until this day, I'm like, I never did apologize to him. I'm all like, I'm not going to apologize. What I got to apologize? And I wish anybody would try to, like, come out and be like, well, you did make him cry. I don't care. He came at me. I'm like, no. My thing is, like, if you swing first and I swing last, then that's overall going to be the fight. And I'm like, yeah, in that fight, I swung last. So, but we ended up, everything was okay after that. I remember as we grew up, We became really good friends. In fact, he was like, when we were in high school, we would walk home, and it was seriously some of the best walks home. Like he was definitely one of those friends. I was like, I actually been meaning to do that because there was one of our friends in our friend group that had passed away, and I was just like, I wanted to do like one final like walk home like with these guys and things, because I was like, yo, it was always fun walking back home from the school with those guys. So I was like, yeah, we just start at the high school, really, like, and that's the thing. We don't have to like walk home. We just literally just walk around and stuff, and just overall just do the same things we did when we just overall having fun on the walks home. But I'm all like, there's a lot of kids. It was like there was like kids we were like walking home with a bunch of different kids and things, but it was always like me and him, because me and him, I'm telling you, we experienced breakups, we experienced fights. What else did we were over here like laughing, laid out. I'm telling you, he was one of the like best like walking home friends to like walk home with and stuff. But I'm saying like that's the motivation I want to put like within you guys. Like, just like overall, like if anybody says anything to you, say something back. But if the opportunity is there to be cool with this person, definitely be cool with them. Don't hold a grudge. I'm like, you hold a grudge for so long and things, and then you do something to somebody, then they holding a grudge, and you trying to figure out like why, then you trying to make amends with everybody. So it's like, yeah, like sometimes you gotta like, let things go. And it's like, if you can't let it go, then it's like, overall forgive that person, but move on in life, and just be like, I don't want to talk with you things because what you said was hurtful. What you said and did was like, very hurtful towards me and stuff. So, forgive that person, but move on in life. So, but anyways, that is the core motivation I wanted to push off onto you guys. Yeah, I feel like it was like overall discussing a lot of things in this episode. I'll probably do like another like core motivation episode here soon. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you're viewing this on YouTube, like, subscribe. And if you're viewing this on the podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe however it's set up. And if you're purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. And if you're purchasing any gear from Vestilo, make sure you guys use my promo code TMossBoss, and it'll knock 10% off of your next purchase. I also have an ad on YouTube that you can check out, and it shows you some of the stuff that's on the Vestilo. And I have a referral link that'll take you directly to the website. And yeah. So yeah, go check it out, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.